AI is evolving, and in doing so, it is raising a new question. For many years, we believed that intelligence existed inside a single AI model. Build larger models, train on more data, achieve higher performance. That approach has driven the remarkable progress of AI. But is intelligence really something that exists only within a single model? Today, a different picture is beginning to emerge. New forms of intelligence are arising through the interactions between people and AI, among AI agents themselves, and through their connections with knowledge and society. The future of AI is not about building ever larger models. It is about intelligence that emerges from relationships. This is the idea of emergent intelligence. In this video, we'll explore why the future of AI is shifting from models to relationships. Until now, the evolution of AI has largely been driven by one idea: build larger models, increase the number of parameters, train them on more data. The assumption was simple: a larger model would lead to greater intelligence. This approach has achieved remarkable success, especially with the rise of large language models. However, it has also revealed new challenges that cannot be solved simply by making models bigger. Keeping knowledge up to date, coordinating multiple AI systems, collaborating effectively with humans, and supporting decision-making across entire organizations and societies. These challenges cannot be fully addressed by a single, ever larger model. AI is now entering a new stage of its evolution. So, what does the next stage of AI look like? Large language models, massive amounts of data, and billions of parameters. These have undoubtedly driven dramatic improvements in AI performance. But are they enough to explain intelligence itself? Human intelligence does not emerge simply because we think alone. New ideas and creativity arise when people communicate, share knowledge, and learn from one another. In other words, intelligence may not exist only within an individual. It may also emerge through relationships. If that is true, then the future of AI is not about building ever larger models. Instead, it is about connecting multiple AI agents, humans, and shared knowledge, allowing intelligence to emerge through cooperation and interaction. The signs of this shift are already beginning to appear. In recent years, AI has evolved from standalone systems into AI agents. At the same time, research on multi-agent systems, where multiple AI agents collaborate by taking on different roles to solve problems, has advanced rapidly. Today, we are also seeing a new form of collaboration, where humans and AI work together by combining their unique strengths. The key insight is this: intelligence does not reside within a single AI. It emerges when humans and AI agents, and shared knowledge become connected. Through these relationships, entirely new capabilities and forms of value can emerge. We call this phenomenon, where new intelligence arises through relationships and interaction, emergent intelligence. The future of AI is no longer defined by the race to build ever larger models. Instead, it is the beginning of an era in which intelligence is created by connecting intelligence, through collaboration between humans and AI. Now, let's take a step back and ask a fundamental question: where does intelligence actually exist? For a long time, we have believed that intelligence is a property of an individual. For humans, it resides in each person's mind. For AI, it resides within a single model. The more capable the individual, the greater its intelligence. That has been the conventional view. But if intelligence emerges through relationships, our perspective changes completely. Intelligence is not confined within a single individual. When people communicate, AI agents collaborate, and humans and AI complement each other's strengths, new knowledge and better decisions begin to emerge. In other words, intelligence is not simply a property of an individual. It is also a property of the field of relationships created through interaction. This is why the future of AI is not just about building smarter models. It is about designing the relationships through which intelligence can emerge. That shift in perspective will be one of the defining principles of next-generation AI architecture. In fact, this kind of intelligence is far from uncommon in nature. Take an ant colony, for example. An individual ant can perform only very simple tasks, yet together, the colony efficiently finds food, maintains its nest, and adapts to changes in the environment. The same is true for honeybees. Each bee has only limited information, but by sharing information with one another, the colony is able to make remarkably sophisticated decisions. A flock of birds provides another example. There is no single leader directing the entire flock. Instead, each bird simply responds to its nearby neighbors, and together they create the beautiful, coordinated patterns we observe in flight. This principle extends far beyond the natural world. The Internet, and human society itself, creates tremendous value because countless individuals are connected. In other words, advanced intelligence does not necessarily arise from a single exceptional individual. It emerges through the interactions and cooperation of many independent participants. If nature has already shown us this principle, then perhaps the future of AI lies not in building a single ever larger model, but in designing the relationships through which new forms of intelligence can emerge. The concept that explains this phenomenon is emergence. Emergence is the process by which new properties arise through the interactions of individual elements, properties that do not exist within any single element on its own. The important point is that the individual components do not suddenly become more intelligent. Instead, as interactions occur, information flows, and relationships are formed, entirely new capabilities begin to emerge. Just as ideas arise through discussion that no one person could have conceived alone, or as a network of computers can accomplish tasks that a single machine cannot. Emergence is the phenomenon in which new capabilities arise through connection. Intelligence itself can be understood as a form of emergence. It is not simply the result of improving the performance of individual agents. Rather, higher levels of intelligence emerge when humans and AI agents, and shared knowledge continuously interact with one another. That is the direction in which the future of AI is headed. So, how does intelligence emerge? The key lies in three elements: knowledge, communication, and feedback. First, knowledge is shared. Each individual possesses only limited knowledge, but when knowledge is connected and shared, it creates a much richer foundation for understanding. Next comes communication. By exchanging ideas, discussing different perspectives, and learning from one another, possibilities emerge that no individual could have discovered alone. Finally, feedback closes the loop. By reflecting on outcomes, learning from experience, and continuously improving, the entire network becomes progressively more capable. As this cycle repeats, new ideas emerge, better decisions are made, and intelligence itself continues to evolve. In other words, intelligence is not static. It is the dynamic process in which knowledge flows, communication takes place, and feedback continuously circulates. The future of AI is therefore not simply about storing more knowledge. It is about designing and nurturing the cycle through which intelligence itself can emerge. So, how does this process actually work in practice? A classic example is swarm intelligence. Ants and honeybees each follow remarkably simple rules. An ant simply follows pheromone trails and shares information with nearby colony members. Honeybees communicate the location of food sources through their famous waggle dance. There is no leader directing the entire colony. There is no central controller that knows everything. Yet, by exchanging local information and making countless small decisions, the group naturally converges on highly effective collective behavior. In other words, complex intelligence does not emerge from complex individuals. It emerges from simple rules, interaction, and cooperation. This offers an important insight for AI. The future of AI is not about building a single all-powerful model. Instead, it is about multiple AI agents sharing information, dividing responsibilities, collaborating with one another, and collectively achieving a higher level of intelligence. The principles of swarm intelligence are becoming one of the foundational design concepts for next-generation AI architectures. In fact, this principle applies far beyond ants and honeybees. Human society itself operates in much the same way. Scientific progress is not created by a single genius working alone. It emerges as researchers share knowledge, exchange ideas, and build upon one another's discoveries. The same is true in business. Value is not created by one exceptional employee alone. It is created when people collaborate, combine their expertise, and work toward a common goal to develop new products and services. Those countless acts of collaboration drive innovation, strengthen economies, and advance society as a whole. In other words, the intelligence of human society also emerges through relationships between people. New ideas are born through dialogue, new value is created through cooperation, and collective intelligence grows as knowledge and experience are continuously shared across the network. If human society is built upon this kind of emergent collaboration, then AI can evolve in the same way. By working together with humans, and with other AI systems, AI has the potential to create far greater value than any single model could achieve alone. And now, the same transformation is taking place in the world of AI. Until recently, AI systems were designed around a single, large model that attempted to solve every problem. But as real-world challenges become increasingly complex, it is becoming clear that one model alone cannot handle everything. This is where AI agents come in. Instead of relying on a single AI to perform every task, multiple AI agents with different roles collaborate toward a common objective. They share information, evaluate one another's results, divide responsibilities when needed, and work together to reach better decisions. In other words, AI is evolving from intelligence that thinks alone to intelligence that reasons collaboratively. The key is no longer the performance of a single model. It is the design of the relationships, how multiple AI agents connect, cooperate, and make decisions together. The future of AI is shifting away from the race to build ever larger models. Instead, it is entering an era of designing collaborative intelligence. As we have seen throughout this video, intelligence is not something confined within a single model. It grows through the flow of knowledge, through dialogue between humans and AI, through continuous learning, and through cycles of feedback and collaboration. It is within these relationships that intelligence evolves and new value is created. That is why the future of AI is not simply about building larger models. The real challenge is understanding how knowledge flows, how trust is established, how collaboration takes place, how we continue to communicate and learn, and ultimately, how we design the systems that enable effective coordination. Intelligence is more than computational power. It is the dynamic relationship in which knowledge flow enables the circulation of knowledge, trust enables cooperation, communication deepens understanding, feedback drives continuous learning, and coordination brings diverse participants together toward a shared purpose. The future of AI is not about building bigger models. It is about designing better relationships, and allowing intelligence to emerge from them. That is the essence of next-generation AI architecture. As we have seen throughout this video, intelligence does not exist solely within a single model or a single human mind. Knowledge flows, trust is built, humans and AI communicate, decisions are shared, and the results are fed back into the system. As this cycle continues, intelligence grows and new value emerges. We call this entire network that gives rise to intelligence the intelligence field. The focus is not AI alone. It is the interaction between humans, AI, knowledge, trust, decision-making, and feedback. When these elements become connected and form a continuous cycle, a new kind of intelligence emerges, one that goes beyond the capabilities of any individual participant. Intelligence is not merely a property of an individual. It is a property of the field of relationships created through interaction. This is the core idea behind the intelligence field, proposed by Chinoba Research. The future of AI architecture is not about building smarter AI alone. It is about designing environments where intelligence can naturally emerge. As we have seen throughout this video, the future of AI is not simply about building larger models. What truly matters is designing the relationships through which intelligence can emerge. Sharing knowledge, building trust, engaging in meaningful dialogue, learning from one another, creating continuous feedback, and collaborating toward a common purpose. It is through these relationships that new ideas are born, new value is created, and intelligence continues to evolve. AI research is now moving beyond the pursuit of more powerful models. The focus is shifting toward designing how humans and AI, people, and AI systems themselves connect and collaborate. At Chinoba Research, we explore this vision through the concept of the intelligence field. Communication creates intelligence. Intelligence is never created in isolation. It emerges through meaningful relationships. Designing those relationships is the first step toward a future where humans and AI evolve together. As we have explored throughout this video, the future of AI is not about building ever larger models. It is about enabling humans and AI to communicate, share knowledge, build trust, learn from one another, and create new forms of intelligence together. In other words, communication creates relationships. Relationships create emergence. Emergence creates intelligence. Intelligence is not something we simply engineer into a system. It is something that naturally emerges through meaningful relationships. The future of AI architecture will not be defined solely by model performance. It will be defined by how we design the environments in which intelligence can emerge. That may well become the most important challenge, and the greatest opportunity, for the future of AI. We are now entering a new era, an era that is shifting from simply building AI to designing the environments where intelligence can emerge. Intelligence does not exist within a single model alone. It emerges when humans and AI are connected, when knowledge flows, when trust is established, when communication takes place, and when collaboration continues over time. At Chinoba Research, we explore these principles through the concept of the intelligence field, along with research on AI coordination, knowledge flow, trust, and the runtime society. Our goal is not simply to build smarter AI, it is to create a future in which humans and AI grow together and give rise to new forms of intelligence. Communication creates intelligence. Intelligence is never created in isolation. Relationships create intelligence, and intelligence shapes the future. We invite you to join us at chinoba.org as we explore the architecture of next-generation intelligence together. Thank you very much for watching.